how do you feel living out your dreams? That is a heavy one. That's a heavy question. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jalyn and I am a beauty content creator. In today's video, I'm going to be answering some of y'all's burning questions that you asked me in my Instagram stories. Which, by the way, if you're not following me on Instagram, boo, what you doing? Instagram is where it's at. It's where I post content consistently, where I'm posting daily in my stories. So if you follow me on Instagram already, go ahead, drop a little pink heart down in the comments. Okay, represent. If you know, you know. Before I get into today's video, I have to thank you guys for subscribing to my channel because I recently hit 500 subscribers. And for a long time, I did not even think this number was attainable. I know it might seem small to some, but it's really big to me. 500 people are tapped into what I have to say and what goes on in my daily life. And that really means a lot to me. So thank you guys. And if you're new here, you're not sure if you want to subscribe, you're thinking about it, just go ahead and do it. Just go ahead and do it because you won't regret it. I think you're going to love me. I am going to be doing my makeup while I answer these questions. You guys did ask a lot, so I'm just going to try and sort through and pick out the really good ones or the most common ones. The first question is, how do I create my makeup videos? Do I use a small mirror or big? So when I create my makeup videos filming on my camera, I just use the flip screen on my camera. So right now I'm looking at myself. When I'm filming on my phone and I shoot on my back camera, I do have this mirror right here, and I'll show you guys. It's like a three-way mirror. This has like a zoom side and these two sides are like regular. But this is what I use, and I just kind of like prop it behind my camera on the tripod. So like my camera tripod situation will be here, the mirror is here, and then, you know, I can kind of fold these out and angle them in a way so that I can see myself here. I hope that makes sense. And for reference, the camera that I use is a Sony a6400 with a 50mm lens. That's what I use to film most of my makeup videos, and that's how I get like that really clear, crisp quality with a nice blur background. Whether you're filming on your phone or on a camera that has the flip screen, I think it's really important to have a good sized mirror like close up in your face so that you can see what you're doing when you're doing your makeup, because otherwise, like for example, my camera is a little bit far from me, so like I wouldn't depend on that flip screen to try and do my makeup. And with the back camera, like if you're filming on your phone's back camera, I mean, you can't see yourself at all, so you have to really depend on like a good sturdy mirror, and that's why I like this one so much. And I will link it down below for you guys. This is like my tried and true mirror. I take it with me when I travel as well. Literally, I just detach this bottom part and stick it in my suitcase. It is kind of heavy, but it's such a good mirror. Like, I don't go anywhere without it. Okay, the next question is, what's the hardest thing about being an influencer? I don't even know where to start with this question because like any job, you know, there are some parts that are challenging. Gosh, I have to think about how I want to answer this. I'm actually going to answer this question in two parts because I think the hardest thing about being an influencer, if you have monetized your platforms, is actually making consistent money. I don't think it's that hard to make money. Like, there are ways around it. Like, even if you're not getting brand partnerships, you could tap into like affiliate marketing or something. But it can be hard to make consistent money in this career, which is why I think it's super important to have multiple streams of income so that you're not solely depending on influencer marketing. Now, my second answer to that question, if you're just an influencer or a creator, you're not really concerned about monetizing your platforms and you are just creating to create because you like interacting with people. I think the hardest thing about this job can be the mental health aspect and making sure that you are taking care of yourself and that you are not, you know, seeking validation from these platforms, that you are not allowing these platforms to determine your worth and your value. And also that you're not letting the negative aspects of social media dictate your mental health. And that can be, negative comments, or it can be negative performance on your videos. It just can be challenging sometimes to put your mental health first and understand that like your platforms aren't going anywhere, your followers aren't going anywhere, and you just have to put yourself first. Next question, what software do you video edit with? This is a good question. I typically use InShot and CapCut to edit short form videos. And then for my YouTube channel, I recently started using Premiere Pro, which was super difficult. There was a huge learning curve that I was not really prepared for. I actually have a funny story with Premiere Pro. So I actually bought the license to like download the software to my computer. You have to like buy a license from Adobe. I bought that license in like February, and I did not start using it until I want to say like June or July. Like months went by and I had not even used it, but I was paying for it monthly. That was the thing. My money was going to waste, and I was like, you know what? I gotta rip the Band-Aid off. I just have to learn how to use it. And that's what I did. I tried like watching tutorials and just like learning how to use the platform overall before I really got into editing with it. But honestly, I found that the best way that worked for me to use it was just to learn as I go. So literally one day I dropped, a whole bunch of footage in there. I think this is when I edited my Mexico City vlog. So this was in July. I had one Google screen up. I had one Premiere Pro screen up. And literally anything that I wanted to do, I just Googled it. I do like editing on my laptop. Like, that's nice. But with Premiere Pro, it's just so different from using like InShot or CapCut. That is way more beginner friendly because like the features and everything are already done for you. Like whatever desired effect or transition that you want, one click and it's applied to your video. But with Premiere Pro, you have to build everything from scratch, and that's not really something that I realized. So like if I wanted to do one transition or one like typing effect or something, I have to build it from scratch, which might take like 12 steps instead of one step if I were using like InShot or CapCut. I think this next question is a good segue. So the question is, what is the best laptop you recommend for creators? So I have only used a MacBook for the past like 7 years. And that is the only one that I've used for any type of like creator needs, like video editing or anything. So that's what I recommend. I think PCs are great laptops too, but I just use a MacBook. I currently have the MacBook Air 13-inch in gold. And I think this one was released in 2022 or 2020, something like that. But it's like fairly recent. I love it. It works really well. This next question is really good. It is, what are your top tips for managing your finances as a creator / entrepreneur? What kind of cookies is this?
Chocolate chip, peanut butter, marshmallow, almonds.
It's half eaten.
All your favorite things.
Y'all, look at the cookie he gave me. What is this?
I'm the cookie monster.
Make it make sense.
That should look good.
It's a half eaten. Where's the rest? No. Are you kidding? A bite?
It's really good.
Honey, you took 12 bites. Oh! Emmanuel! Get out. No. Goodbye. Bye. Okay. That's pretty good though. Sorry, I had to do my eyebrows off camera. I was like, I can't form a cohesive sentence while doing my brows. For some reason, it's too complicated. But anyways, to answer this question, I think there are a few things that I would recommend as far as managing your finances as a creator entrepreneur. The first is definitely going to be to have multiple streams of income. That is something that I stress a lot because it is so important. You just can't depend on brand partnerships to be your sole source of income. If brands cut their marketing budgets tomorrow, will you still be able to make money? Will you still have a job? Like, this is stuff you have to think about and plan for. This is the palette I'm going to use on my eyes. Look at how freaking gorgeous this is. This is from Violet Boss, and this is the Berries and Creams Dreams eyeshadow palette. So pretty. Another financial tip that I think is really important for people who are full-time creators or entrepreneurs is to invest your money. You know, like, I would hate for you guys to be like 40, 50 years old and you have no retirement account. You have no money to retire and fall back on. My advice would just be to put money into some type of investment account, whether it's a retirement account, a brokerage account, a high yield savings account. Even if it's just like, you know, $20 a month or something, it's still gonna grow over time. And as they say, the best time to start investing was yesterday. And back to having multiple streams of income, I wanted to mention too that, like, your other sources of revenue don't have to be specifically related to your job or to like content creating. Like, if you know how to braid, if you know how to do nails, if you're good at public speaking, if you give really good advice, like, it literally could be anything that is, you know, a product or service that you could offer, that you could scale to help bring in some extra money. And bonus points if it's something that is recession resistant. So meaning it's still something that people would need or require even throughout or during a recession. Okay, next question. What was your original career plan? Or was it always to create? This is a really good question. My original career plan was always to be an entrepreneur. Like, I always wanted to own my own business. Even back when I was like younger, my goal was to own my own dance studio. And this was like when I was in high school, you know, like that was my goal. And then when I went to college and my major was marketing, and I was like, oh, my career goal is to own my own marketing agency, which is what I do now. So just being an entrepreneur and having that business ownership was always the goal. I knew right from the start that I did not want to work for anyone, because I never really did like working for other people, and quitting my job was such a hard decision, but it's not something that I regret at all. Like, it's literally the best decision I've ever made for myself, because I was able to increase my income so much faster by just owning my own business and doing my own thing. So right now, I am a full-time creator, and I also own a digital marketing agency, which is Bomb Creative Co. And I'm really proud to say that I own a 6-figure business. You know, like, I was able to make 6 figures by being an entrepreneur / creator. But if you think about it, the salary that I was making at my old job, where I left off at, it would have taken me maybe another 5 or 6 years to get to 6 figures, which is crazy that I was able to do that within 1 year of quitting my job. It's nuts. I won't get into like too many more details, because I do have a video on my page that talks about like how I was able to quit my job and everything. So definitely check that out if you want to learn more on that topic. Do y'all see these eyes? Oh my gosh, they are eating right now. Like, I need to start wearing eyeshadow more often. I just don't be feeling like it for the most part. And even if I do, it's bronzer going in this crease, okay? But this is so freaking pretty. And this Valentino twin liner, best liquid liner I've used ever. Like, this is so good. It glides on so smooth. I can do a wing liner in like 2 minutes now versus 10. This next question is really fun. It is, how do you organize your closet, by color or type of clothing? I organize my closet by color, and I just feel like that has worked for me. I have tried to organize it by type of clothing, but I don't know, it's just not as aesthetically pleasing to my eyes, if you know what I mean. So I have to have it organized by color, and I love it. It looks so good. I actually just did a closet clean out, so I will insert a picture of what my closet looks like now. Someone asked what health insurance I use as an entrepreneur, And honestly, I got mine from the healthcare marketplace on healthcare.gov's website. Honestly, my uncertainty about not having healthcare is what held me back from quitting my job earlier than I planned, or earlier than I actually did, because I was like, oh, what am I going to do about health insurance? Because my job was paying for my health insurance for a really long time. I think like the year that I left, or maybe the year before, is when they started taking it out of our paychecks. But even then, like, it wasn't a lot. It wasn't nearly as much as it could have been. So I was like, you know, what am I going to do about health insurance? I don't want to be without it. But honestly, like, I just had to do my own research and figure out, or find out rather, that there's this website, healthcare.gov, where people can go and get health insurance if you are self-employed, or if you can't afford health insurance, or if it's not, you know, provided through your employer. And they have a lot of those like big name healthcare companies like Anthem, Blue Cross Blue Shield, etc. Like, they have all of those available on the website, and once you sign up and register, they will determine if you are eligible for Obamacare. I was not, so then I was prompted to choose a healthcare plan, and there were tons of options to choose from. Like, basically, it's the same thing as electing your health insurance through your employer, but there are just much more options. I think when at my job, they only gave us like maybe 2 to 4 healthcare plans to choose from, but with this one, there were tons. Because it doesn't matter who you go with. Like, you can go with the cheapest option if you want to, and there were some really affordable options on there, or you can go with a more expensive option that has like a lower deductible and stuff. So it really just depends on what you want, but that is how me and my husband have healthcare. It makes me so happy that oh, I lost my lash. Where'd it go? Oh, here it is. It makes me so happy that you guys are asking these types of questions, because like, I don't know, like, it just makes me happy that like you are genuinely interested in like this path, this career path. And I'm like always so happy to be a resource. You guys know, like, if you follow me on TikTok, I have been sharing like creator tips and entrepreneur tips literally since day one on TikTok. So if you are an OG TikTok girly and you've been following me on there since day one, go ahead, drop a purple heart in the comments and represent for the TikTok girlies. Okay, this is the last question, and it is, how do you feel living out your dreams? That is a heavy one. That's a heavy question. Because honestly, the first word that comes to mind is grateful. Grateful that I was able to do this. Grateful that God planted this seed in me, that He planted this in my mind and in my heart to even pursue this career. I'm honest, like, that's it. I'm grateful. Like, I don't even know how else to describe it, because it is such a good feeling being able to do what I love every day, being able to do it on my own terms. It's a really good feeling. And I would say that I also feel at peace. I feel at peace with my decision to leave my job. I feel at peace with where I am in my life and in my career. Of course, there are things that, you know, I want to work on, things that I want to improve, things that, you know, I'm planning to do in the future. But like, currently, how I feel about living my dreams is grateful and at peace. So, y'all, this is the new Rhode lip balm, and this is the strawberry one. Honey, whoo, oh my gosh. I did not try the original, but this one is so good. Oh my gosh. Talk about hydration, moisturization. Oh, honey, she has it all. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and thank you to everyone who submitted a question. If you have a question, be sure to drop it down in the comments and I will add it to my next Q&A video. All the products that I used in today's video will be linked down below. If you found the information I shared in this video helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this about beauty, about creator tips, about lifestyle, about my life. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you next time.